I'll tell the ladies, most men don't want me to share this.
Take notes, ladies.
Plus, we don't feel comfortable with someone we want to be with rotationally dating. That's one reason right there, right? There's an opportunity that someone else can come in and scoop you up, and someone who's more serious, right? So what it does, it puts pressure on the right man. And then you're not attached. You're attached to getting married, but you're not attached to a person, because even though they may check so many boxes for you, it's still so much more that you need to know about where they are, if they're ready, if they even want marriage.
Right.
You may see them and see some of the things they do that, check the masculine boxes, but you don't know this person, if this person is ready to settle down.
Now, I rotationally dated. We started dating for marriage and got engaged in 8 months, married within 11 months.
Yes.
As a single mom with 4 kids, and we lived in different countries. First of all, men can feel your energy. So he could be the perfect man. Like, he matches your list. You've done scripting, like I teach in my programs. He shows up in your life. Then there's a few other guys that you're going to date. It's so important that you don't give the guy that you really want all your attention.
Yes.
And if you're in your needy energy, and they can feel it, they will sense it. They can smell it. And even if they're a healthy masculine man, when you're in your needy, chasing energy, you're in your masculine, it's going to naturally, subconsciously repel him. So it's so important that you're rotationally dating. You're not sleeping with these guys, but your attention is not all going to him. The man that is serious about you, it forces him to take action and want to marry you, or he just falls away.
Look, here's the reality, fellas. Whenever a woman is on her quest, on her journey to find that one sucker for love, this is what she's gonna do. She's gonna date multiple men until she find out one fool who is gonna save her. This is a single mother of 4. This guy saved her. And look, to each his own. I'm not knocking no man for choosing who he chose, but you gotta understand a woman's motive. You gotta understand what she's looking for. She's not looking for the man that she's into. She's not looking for the man that gets her pussy wet. She's looking for a man who is going to provide for her and her 4 kids. She's in a position where she's desperate to find a provider. She's not looking for a man that she's into. No, she's looking for a sucker. And a bunch of times, y'all dudes will end up being that sucker if y'all are not aware. Like this guy right here, like he think he found the one. But any woman that I deal with and she's dating other men, bro, she's for the streets. Any woman who's okay with just dealing with different men, she's who she is, because that's just too much different energies. And it's only women who are for the streets are okay with dealing with different men at the same time. So fellas, be wise out here.
I signed up for a matchmaker. They sent me on my first date, and here's how it went. I get to the restaurant, and I'm all dressed up. Y'all know I love a slip dress moment. In case if you're new here, I looked very pretty, well put together, arrived right on time. That's a big deal for me. Someone who is successful and has done well for themselves, make sure that you're on time. That's a tip. Take that away. Keep in mind, this is all new territory for me, and there's been 0 correspondence with the guy and myself. It's just the matchmaker. They're the middlemen. They set up everything. They set up the date, and the reservation was under their name. So when I arrived to the restaurant, I say the name of the matchmaker, and they're like, oh yeah, he's here. He's just walking to the table. You just missed him. And I look over, and the restaurant's crowded, right? And I'm like, I don't know who I'm looking at. She just kind of laughs at that. She's like, okay, girl, just follow me. And so I walk over, and the hostess, they move out of the way, and I see the guy, and he's like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, okay. So in I go, we meet, say hello, and I'm just like, oh wow, here we go. Taylor, what have we gotten ourselves into next? I sit next to him, I get situated, and then he's just like, okay, well, how was your day? It was a very casual, smooth way to kick off the conversation. And to just let you know, like, I high-key appreciated that he kind of led the conversation, because I am truly an introvert, y'all. I am an introvert. And so I appreciated that, like, he took the initiative to like guide the conversation and let me speak whenever he asked me a question, like he listened well. So that was good. We like an attentive guy. So we had some chit chat about like background, family life, where you're from, yada, yada, yada. Because keep in mind, all that you get from the matchmaker is just like a 2-sentence write-up of the person. They don't give you any kind of like specific details, not too many, like a couple hobbies, maybe where they went to school, and then everything else you have to discover on your own. So we were in the process of like literally getting to know each other face to face. And I gotta tell you, the vibe was vibing. Maybe like a little more than midway through the day, I tell him, you know what, I'll be right back. So I get up and excuse myself to go to the restroom just to remind him of the material. Hi, Key. I can see why my matchmaker made us a match. He matches what I want and I match, I guess, what he wants on paper. But like in person, you never know how it's gonna go. But it went like really well. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I'm managing my own expectations with this because who knows where things are actually going to end up. But I will say I do not have any buyer's remorse for hiring a matchmaker, none whatsoever. And they do have a period where you can get your money returned to you if you're not happy. I decided I'm out of that period and I am fully into this process. So my first date with the matchmaker went really well. And then after the first date ends, they send you an email and it's like a feedback questionnaire. This is thorough, okay? This is not a joke. This is thorough. They sent a feedback questionnaire and basically it's like, okay, on a rating system from 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best, how do you rate this guy? How did you rate the date? What did you feel about the venue? Were there any characteristics or clashes between you and your date? You know, what were specific things that you talked about? Did you have things in common? It was thorough. So here I am now, the day after I slept on it. I am gathering my thoughts about how I actually really felt about the date, and I complete the questionnaire for the feedback and send it to my matchmaker. Keep in mind, no correspondence with the guy whatsoever. So we don't talk after the date either. We don't correspond, we don't text, call, nothing. So yes, I send my feedback, but don't you know he does just the same for me. So I also get rated. So we rate each other and then the matchmaker shares that information with the two of us. Wow, wow, and wow. Officially, like in the feedback call, you get, you know, if this person wants to see you or not. That was a question in the questionnaire. Would you see this person again? Yes or no? And what do y'all think I picked? So will I see this guy again or not? Stay tuned for more.
Here's the reality, fellas. Whenever a woman is looking for a man on a dating app or through a matchmaker or on a dating show, think about how many men she ran through before she made that decision. Think about that. So usually when women choose to get on dating apps and find a date through a matchmaker, it's because she's at a point in dating where she is exploring different avenues to deal with men from. So it's never wise to take a woman that you met through a matchmaker or a dating app serious, because you gotta question why she weren't able to attract a man naturally. Now I get it. I mean, if a woman lives in a location where maybe there's not much good prospects to choose from. But if a woman is a bit older and she's still out here on dating apps and doing things like this, she's really dating for the fun of it. Y'all gotta understand there's a bunch of women out here who love dating, who just love experiencing different men. And they will get with those guys and in their mind, they're gonna be looking for the perfect guy. And of course, the perfect guy don't exist, but it's fun for a woman. So she gets to deal with this guy, get her a free meal. She might smash him or she might not, but it still benefits her. And then she gonna say, he wasn't really my type. On to the next one. And then it's gonna be on to the next one. And what usually happens is these women can't deal with a man for a long period of time because they are so used to dealing with men in a very short time. In other words, bro, these chicks are out here just trying to have fun, bro. They're just out here just trying to have fun with different men. So as a man, don't be a fool and try to take a woman serious that you met like this. Because again, you got to think about how many different men she dealt with to get to this point. Don't be a fool and think she was just home and doing nothing. And then it's like, oh, I'm looking for a man. And the first thing she did was go to a matchmaker. No, bro. This is a woman who She ran through all the dudes wherever she's from. Then after that's exhausted, then she decided to deal with a dating app. Then after she run through a bunch of dudes on those dating apps, it's like, what else? Oh, a matchmaker. Fellas, be wise out here, man. For real.
Kristen on here with.
I already done.
Hey, look, can you rate my drip like 1 through 10? You know, this is something slight. You know what I'm saying? Real pressure, though.
Okay, I give you like an 8.
A 10?
I give you an 8.
A 10.
My homegirl said, ain't you?
I had a 10. I like you, too. So, look, would you date a dude dressed like this?
No.
Yeah, I date you, too. So, look, can you like a 360 for the camera?
Absolutely not.
One time for the camera? For the culture?
Stop fucking playing
A
with me.
360.
I said no. Next question. Okay.
Can I grab?
Let's go to the card. Thank you. That's it. Do your next question.
I want you to do a 360.
I said no, so it's next, right?
Yeah.
You do a 360. Look at that. Wait, move. You do a 360.
Okay.
Alright, turn that shit over. Shake that shit.
No, let me see.
No, shake
Look,
that
wait.
shit.
Let me see.
No, shake that shit.
Okay, let me ask the last
Shake
question.
that. Alright.
Can it clap?
Can what clap?
That.
What? You can
clap your
hands. What?
Can I eat?
Huh?
Can I eat?
I can't hear you.
You heard me.
Look, this right here is crazy, man, because that's what she's known for. She don't rap. She don't sing. We just know her for shaking her ass and showing the entire world her ass. That's the only reason why she's famous. Can we keep it real? Look, but the amazing thing about a bird is this, bro. A bird will disrespect herself 24/7, but expect a man to respect her. Now, if she's telling this man, no, I ain't gonna turn around. However, if he was to sprinkle the right amount of crumbs, she gonna throw that shit. How crazy is that, man? But fellas, this is the life of a bird. A bird is gonna act a certain way towards a dude that she perceive a certain way. She probably don't really see dude as him. She probably see dude as just interviewer who's just doing interviews. But if that man had some real paper, well, I don't know if he got paper, but I'm saying, but if he had showed her that he got some real paper, or if she had perceived him to have real paper, she would have turned around. But it is what it is, man. But this is how a bird moves, fellas. They pretend, but the whole world know exactly who they are. That's right. It's crazy. If you haven't yet, go get you some of that merch. You all already know, don't feed the birds. That's what it is. We don't feed the birds over here. So if you rock with your boy, go get you some of that good merch.